Here's a quick way to get a local development environment set up for Craft 5 in 5 minutes or less. And you only need a few things. We're going to talk about what those are. There's a little bit of command line work involved, but it's not really that bad. And I know you can do it. But the best part is, at the end, you'll have a solid local hosting environment that won't let you down. For local hosting, we're going to use DDEV, which is the officially supported and recommended way to run Craft CMS projects locally. I have several videos and a course on DDEV right here on CraftQuest, and there are links to them along with this lesson video. So you want to make sure you get DDEV installed, and you just go to Getting Started, choose your platform, and walk through the steps to do it. One of the things they recommend to install in order to run Docker locally is OrbStack. That's also what I recommend that you install. Now, OrbStack is a Docker desktop-like tool that makes it really easy to run Docker on your Mac or Linux, and it's a really simple tool. If you're running on Windows, you want to make sure that you check out Docker Desktop. That's going to be the way that you want to go on Windows, is check out Docker Desktop. Once you have OrbStack running, if that's what you chose to use, it should look something like this. You want to make sure that you don't have any errors and you have a window that looks like this without any containers running. Okay, let's go ahead and set up our project on the command line. I'm using iTerm2 here, but you can use whichever terminal app is best for you or for your operating system. So the first thing we want to do is create the directory for the project. So I'll do make directory. We'll just call this one Craft 5. And then we're going to go into that directory. I'll just ls here, and you can see there's nothing in the directory, so nothing up my sleeves. And now we want to clone a starter repository into this directory so we can use it to quickly get up and running with Craft 5. This repository is one that I created called Craft 5 Start, and there's two options to get up and running with it. The first option is to just clone using the clone URL, either HTTPS, SSH, or using GitHub CLI. We're going to use SSH, or you can use this project and create a new repository from it. I have it set up as a template repository, so you can actually create a repository in your own GitHub account. That's a nice way to go. But right now, we're just going to clone it using SSH. So I'm going to copy that SSH URL. Back in here, I'm going to do git clone, paste in the URL space, and then a period. And that indicates to Git that we want to clone this repository into the current working directory, which is Craft 5. All right, so let's hit return. And we are cloning it. We'll just do an ls, and you can see it's all right there. If I do an ls and just list out hidden files, you can see we have .ddev and some example env files. This is what is going to allow us our next step, which is to just very quickly get up and running using DDEV. So to do that, we'll do DDEV and then start. That's going to fire up our DDEV project, and it is going to build out our containers. And it's going to wait for those to get ready. And then since we don't already have a database, it will populate our project with a starter database. You can see it's importing it. We're going to apply some migrations because there have been some changes. And there we go. Now we have our URLs where our project can be reached. So we'll just copy this first one right here and drop that in. And there is our Craft 5 homepage. And oh, look, a nice little link to CraftQuest. Thank you, Craft team. And if I go to /admin, we are able to log in with our username and password. And in this case, our password is password. And there we are. We now are running, as of right now, the latest version of Craft 5. If you want to stop this, you can just do DDEV stop, and that will power down your project and turn everything off. And if you wanted to start it up again, you could do that with DDEV start, inside of the project directory. So if I do ddev start, now it is starting it up again, and we will be back up and running just as we were before. And there we are. All right, so that's all there is to it. Check out the links that come with this lesson. And if you are new to Craft, go ahead and check out my Real World Craft CMS course. It is a 40-something video course that covers some real practical ways of building out a project with Craft. Join us over there in that video, and we'll see you in the next one.